episode of Multiplayer Halloween Edition. I'm your host, for better or for worse, Guillermo Dorado. Next to me are my co-hosts, Zach Mascanis.
Woohoo!
And Javier Ortiz.
Pooh, bing!
Not choreographed at all. Welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I want to let you know right from the get-go that if you're watching this on YouTube, well, more information for you. You can also take this on the go with our podcast on YouTunes and God, fuck you. YouTunes doesn't exist, Guillermo. Say the right thing.
You're so stupid.
I know. You suck. You can find us on iTunes and on Google Play on our Multiplayer podcast. And if you're listening to this via podcast, well, you should listen more closely because I just told you that we also have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/multiplayer where you can see all of this and more.
See our stupid costumes that we got.
What are you talking about?
I mean, yeah, for the podcast listeners, I don't know if you can see us, but
I don't think they can.
If they're podcast listeners, probably not.
we here at Multiplayer have really got into the Halloween spirit. At least 2/3 of us.
Yeah, Guillermo. Maybe next time you could dress up as something video game related.
Hey man, at least I got fake blood on me.
That's paint.
It's real blood. It's your blood. That's what it is.
You killed a guy outside. Just
Okay, guys, we're getting off topic. All right, last thing I want to say is we do have a Patreon page, so you just definitely should check that out because if you do, we have extra content there, and it really helps us out if you were to donate a few dollars to help us make this show bigger and better. But you don't have to. The incentive, though, is that we do have different things you can achieve with more money that you donate. One of them being an extra video every other Friday. But if you don't want to donate, you can also always come back here for our free content, and then those same videos that we released every other Friday on Patreon become a general video for everybody 1 week later. So, yeah. It just is more relevant when you watch it on Patreon because we're going to be wearing the same clothes. We're going to be talking about the same things-ish. I mean...
And you'll feel cool.
It's true.
The mustache.
You'll be one of the cool kids.
Like us, apparently.
If you donate enough, you'll win my costume.
You don't
Or you
even
can
have
make your own for 50 cents.
You don't even have to put it in a box to ship it.
They have to cut it up themselves. It's just like you send them their supplies. Jesus. What are you even?
Hello? Question mark block from Mario?
Like a really homeless
Have
person.
you played? Have you played Mario
thinking.
before?
I mean, I get this one. I almost lost my voice. I get this one. Are you the mushroom? Like, I don't get it.
Have you played a Mario game?
Yes.
You know how you can go to a question mark block and punch it and
Yes.
get coins?
Yes.
Well,
That's
this one you
me.
get Hav.
Yeah. When
the
you
shitty
punch
question
it,
block.
you get me.
Yeah, Mara's just like,
What do I do?
I don't know what to do with this.
I don't understand what to do with the Puerto Rican man. All right, guys. So we're going to be talking about a couple things. We have some topics that we're going to kind of go through. We have some things I want to see what your opinions on. I know there's some heated things we're probably going to get to. But then later, we have a little bit of a treat. Or a trick. I don't know. Depends.
I feel like it's going to be a trick.
It is.
3 minutes in, and it got to a trick-or-treat joke for Halloween.
I think that's really, I could have done it way sooner, and I've been really trying not to. So willpower goes to me. No, but we do have a little bit of, or at least I have a little surprise for you guys, and a little bit of a competition that we're going to go through. But we have to make through these topics first, so stay tuned.
Spooky.
First things first, Halloween is around the corner. This is October. We already know that Super Mario Odyssey is coming out tomorrow, but if you want a more Halloween-centered game for your Switch, guys, it's coming out. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 is just around the fucking corner. Yeah, dude, fucking all the zombies that you could explode heads and everything. Now, if you're not familiar with Resident Evil Revelations 1 or 2, the first one came out back in 2012, January, and it came out for PS3, came out for the 3DS, it came out for
for
Xbox
3DS
360.
first.
Yes.
And then after that...
it was actually all at the same time, January 12th. 2012. I looked it up because at first
really?
I did. I thought it was just the 3DS first, but it came out all at the same time.
To back up everything you say before Zach interjects. I looked it up, I swear.
That's my job. I have to do this.
I got a big, weird, crazy brain, and all it fits in is stupid facts like that.
You are right, and I thought so too. And you know what? You might still be right, because maybe I don't know how to read. But it did come out on these other consoles besides the 3DS.
Well, it did, but I could have sworn it was 3DS first, right? And then it came to the rest
one
as like an
making
HD
it
remake.
No. Maybe. Comment, like, subscribe. Just don't figure out the answer.
I would have our fact checker over here check it, but his arms literally can't work right now.
No, it did come out for the 3DS, and if it didn't all come out at the same time, January 12th, 2012, then they came out a month later in February. It was a very small gap in between. So either way, these were this came out last generation for games, but now they're getting ports for the PS4 and Nintendo Switch and for the Xbox One. But the reason we're talking about it today is because the Nintendo Switch has some exclusive content for its port. And
Which sounds interesting.
Yes, and that being, we already have two mini games happen. Now, these are kind of important because one, Revelations 1 and Revelations 2 each get their own little mini game per game, right? Mm-hmm. Revelations 1, actually, its loading game is called Ghost Ship Panic, and it is a score attack shooter, but you're playing it during the loading screen of the game. Now, why is that important? I'm glad you asked, Fabian. That's because that's what you are. You don't have to ask the questions. You are inherently the question block.
Yes. He is just the question block.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's actually really important because Namco has had a patent lockdown on the loading screen games for 20 years. And so this is one of the first times, Namco has locked that shit down.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so it was illegal for any other companies to use a loading screen game.
So Platoon has a loading screen game.
Well, the first one that was able to be used was back in November 15th. Are you sure?
Yeah. You can play the little squid game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a little squid game.
Well, Zach, I don't know why
they broke the law.
This is completely contradictory.
I'm just saying. I just said, get good.
No, I guess you play Splatoon.
I think it's one of those things where, we don't know everything.
Sure.
We're trying.
But Namco, they did have a patent on the whole loading screen game for about 20 years, and now Revelations has one. It's called Ghost Ship Panic. It's like this little 8-bit kind of, you're shooting zombies and oozes that are from the game itself, and the bonus is that all the score you make in that game, when you make a high score, you actually earn battle points that you can reuse in Revelations raid mode.
Nice.
So it's a little bit of an incentive, besides just killing time in between the loading screen.
That sounds fun.
Right, and this happens also too with the Revelations 2 game, which is called, and I'm going to mispronounce it because this word is just ridiculous. It's called Ghouls and Homunculi. Homunculi?
Homunculi.
I can't read it.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's basically it's a throwback, an epic throwback to Ghouls and Ghosts, right? But instead of having Arthur the Knight killing these ghouls and ghosts, we have Barry Barton from Resident Evil fame.
Barry Burton.
Yeah. Jesus, dude, this is my costume is not Shaun of the Dead. It's just a guy who doesn't know how to host.
It's all good.
Yeah. I killed the host. I'm assuming his position. I think I'm doing a good job.
Constantly corrected.
I know.
That's why you got me here.
You're
baby.
fucking Mario the mansplainer is what this is.
I'm just swimsuit Mario over here. Just spurting facts.
There it is. Ugh, gross.
Just
Odyssey, yesy, nasty. So now Resident Evil is coming on the Switch. It has those little whatever called. Mini games for each thing, and I think it's pretty badass. It has little incentives. It's just not often that you see the mini games for these loading screens or just any kind of mini game that actually feeds back into the main game itself.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and battle points are they're huge in Resident Evil. So
yeah, are you guys familiar with the game? I mean, I guess you are since you knew when it fucking released.
I know everything. I mean, so as far as the two Revelations games. I've always been I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, but the two Revelations games, they came out.
Serious with the mustache. I'm sorry.
I know. I look stupid. Hopefully everybody's watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on podcast, just throw your phone in the trash.
If you're watching this on podcast, you're doing it wrong.
Throw your phone in the trash
and then go to your back to the trash, grab that phone, and then pull us up on YouTube. The Revelation games, both of them. I can't remember what was going on at either time anymore, but I just never got around to those two specific games, and this actually seems like a good opportunity to kind of go back and play those games
for
now.
Sure.
The Switch seems like a great platform for them, especially with the kind of on-the-go feature to them.
Especially since the game was originally released on a Nintendo 3DS, so it already has that kind of portable gaming in mind.
Yeah, and
so it's perfect to be on this.
And the other thing with the kind of the HD remake of the first Revelations, anyways, when it came out to PS3 and 360 and stuff, a lot of people were kind of complaining about like the really muddy looking graphics because it's like up-res from like a 3DS. But I feel like with like this version, especially on like the Switch handheld, that's probably like a good size for it, where like none of the textures look real muddy, you know, kind of thing. And you know, they seem like good games where like, you know, I'm going to be going out of town for like Christmas, and you know, I'm going to be wanting a few games to play, and these seem like two that would be good to pick up and sort of play like on the plane or something like that with some headphones.
Are they coming in like a bundle? Like you get both of them at the same download?
Well, if you're gonna buy it digitally, yes, it comes in a bundle. If you buy it, the physical copy, at least for Switch, the card copy comes with Revelations 1, and then it comes with a downloadable code for Revelations 2.
But either way, you get
weird.
both.
Yeah,
that is really weird.
You get the best of both worlds, you know, I guess.
guess.
You're a big fan of Resident Evil 2.
I like
these games.
I never played Revelations, but I do love Resident Evil. So I mean, I would play it.
It's like you just one more for the bucks, right? For your Switch library.
Pretty much, yeah. Because after Odyssey comes out, that's going to consume my life for a while. But you know, I keep wanting to add more. I keep wanting to add more to my Switch library because you know I got plenty of space on it.
Which, when this airs tomorrow, Mario Odyssey will be out.
Hell yeah!
I'm so ready with my costume.
I know. Yeah, like
I'm so ready too with mine.
Me too.
Shaun of the Dead is a playable character.
That would be awesome.
Simon Pegg in the new Mario game.
He's really making a name for himself. Star Wars and Mario. So, you know, this Revelations 1 at least was set in between the events of Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5, and you play as Jill Valentine and Nath Redfield's nemesis, Chris Redfield. And you're basically trying to stop a bioterrorist organization from polluting the Earth's oceans with viruses.
Sure.
Which cause, obviously, reanimated undead and disgusting tentacle-like creatures, oozes, and all that such stuff.
And then Captain Planet comes in.
Yeah, I was going to say Captain Planet.
Yeah. I mean, that's a Nintendo Switch exclusive. Captain
Planet, you can play as him in the Switch version.
Fucking awesome. You say no more, and I'd be down fucking there. But that releases November 28th. So
nice.
It's a month after Halloween, but you can start getting excited for it now.
Very, very weird.
A little bit.
They
just in time for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
All right.
The true horror holiday. Moving on. So here's the thing that I want to talk about. As I was doing the research for the show, I, for the first time in a long time, stumbled upon some...
I was going to say, first time in a long time you've done research?
Yes.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, this is how you do this job. No, as I was going through, because we see like a bunch of Destiny 2 articles, we see a bunch of Battlefield 2, Switch-related things. I've never fucking see Halo-related content, and this is the first time I actually noticed some news about it. So, 343 Industries, the people that made Halo 4 and 5, and also Halo Wars 1 and 2, they came out back in 2014, November, the Master Chief Collection, which had all 4 games from Halo 1 Combat Evolved all the way to Halo 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are giving it a huge patch. They're going to go ahead and give it a lot of updates, enhancing it for the Xbox One X just around that time. Through a blog post, 343 said itself that the patch features are going to be huge fixes, improvements, and upgrades to the core game to help bring it forward and modernize many of the game's systems to take advantage Xbox platform advancements since its original launch. Cool. Which is a big deal because when the game first launched back in 2014, the multiplayer for all 4 games were essentially broken.
Yeah, it was pretty broken.
Yeah, like they were unplayable at a point.
Right.
To the point where the head of 343, Bonnie Ross, had to actually apologize, and then 343 went out and said, hey, for all those that this problem affected, we're going to be giving you a remastered ODST campaign, which is like pretty badass.
Yeah.
But also, that's the least you could do for giving us a fucked up game.
Shouldn't have it in the first place.
Yeah, but the reason I wanted to talk about this was because 343 has been basically silent. Like Halo Wars 2 came out last year. So like that was like the last thing that they've been really.
No, this year, right?
Was it this year?
Yeah.
It was early this year.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean like that. Even that one really under the radar. Like that didn't stay in the news for very long. It kind of everyone is looking for the next first-person shooter, not the next real-time strategy for Halo, right?
Yeah.
And so this is Xbox's flagship, like Microsoft's flagship. What you said earlier before we started the show, this is their Mario, for Xbox brand. And for it to be pretty much almost wiped off the face of the earth for a while is kind of surprising. And so kind of want to bring that up that I thought it was really interesting that now we're actually getting some news for Halo period. And, you know, especially after like all the hate that came from Halo 5. And I also want to talk to you guys about like, what is your experience with Halo? Like, does this drop off of Halo news like bother you at all? Like, is this something you expected? Like, do you have any kind of history?
Definitely didn't expect it. You know, but honestly, something like Halo, it's been around for 10 plus years.
Sure, 15.
Yeah,
15 years.
15 for sure.
First
So it's like
2001.
Yeah, so
16 years.
so you know, it's run its course. I'm not surprised that it's, you know, there's not much going on with it anymore because, you know, I would hope that I personally would like to see 343 work on something new. Because I mean, you know, you did Halo for 15 years, very successful.
They didn't do Halo for 15 years.
Oh, I'm sorry. Halo's been around for 15 years.
Sure.
So why not have you know, Xbox go into the new generation with their new redone
They won't do
Xbox?
that.
Why do you say that about this franchise? But I know for a fact you would never say that about Zelda or about Mario.
Well, I think the only difference being is that Nintendo has their IPs and it is theirs. Like it stood the test of time because it's always reworked and redone in different ways.
Kind of reinvent themselves.
Yeah,
for the
they're
most
always
part.
different games. And I actually was talking to someone about this at work the other day where he was saying, well, Mario is the same thing every game. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not
You
the
could
same.
make the argument, though. I do think that you could make the argument about that. Sure, they introduced different mechanics, and I think that those mechanics themselves separate the games just well enough, more so than the mechanics that are introduced into a first-person shooter. And I think that that's all around, like not necessarily just specifically to Halo, but I think all around first-person shooters, when they go into like their sequels, the iterations that are done in between
Right.
are very minuscule.
That's why I don't like FPS games, personally. They've never done anything for me because I always feel I'm this faceless, nameless guy with a gun just shooting people. You know, and it was fun when I played Doom for the first time because I never did that before. But other than that, like after that, it was, you know, it's all the same. It's just, for me personally, just for FPS games.
Sure. But I mean, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear you guys' opinions. I want you guys to...
Yeah, I mean, the Halo thing, you know, it's cool and all. I'm sure Halo fans, they love it. You know, I'm happy for them. But for me, it's, you know, I was never a Halo person. I played the second one for a little bit with my friend in high school. And I just, you know, it's fine. But it's just FPS with aliens.
Dude,
It just never did anything for me.
Halo, man, like back when the first one came out, and that was the very first game I played on the Xbox, and I was back like when I was like 8 or it had to be like 9 or 10
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Is when I got my first hands on it, and fucking blew my mind. And we can all like basically agree that whether or not Zach doesn't like it, that it did revolutionize FPS shooters. Basically turn it on its head, that whole genre. I mean, like it introduced the whole regenerating health or regenerating shields mechanic.
Sure.
It introduced the way that AI responds to you and is more aggressive, and like just a smarter AI in general, and also introduced the fact that now players are limited to only carrying 2 guns, which changes the strategy and like basically makes you commit to a choice, and then makes you have to re-strategize to that choice. And so that's we can all agree at least on that. Now,
Sure.
and then this is why I want to bring it to you. What are your qualms with Halo specifically?
Oh my God! That's your.
Where do I begin?
Where do I start? How much time we got left? No, so you know, well, first off, you know, let me I always feel like I'm, I hate just coming across as like we hate like Xbox on this podcast. I feel like we kind of give it.
I'll be the first one to defend Halo. I'll be on this at least for today. I'll be the first one to defend.
Yeah,
Halo.
I mean it's one of those things. It's like, I obviously you got to give Halo its dues for some of the things you've already talked about in the FPS genre. It's like, and at the time, I mean, it was like with the first couple Halo games. I mean, some of those, the games were pretty revolutionary especially for like a console shooter. And obviously it's like FPS has been around a super long time, and there's some dope FPSs, especially for PCs that were doing like online multiplayer and stuff like that before Halo. But it's like Halo really like especially like I think it brought like a lot of attention to like FPSs on a console. It's like that and like kind of GoldenEye right before it. Really were like kind of doing that. So it's like I appreciate everything it's done, especially for like it's like it was doing like LAN parties on consoles
Yeah.
kind of before anybody, and doing things like.
But here's the thing: you're being way too diplomatic here.
But I'm just laying it out before I get hate mail about it. It's like
Okay.
it's
Before this show
it's done a lot
started,
of
you had a
stuff.
very different tune.
Well, no, I'm just I'm just putting it out there for everybody. It's like I appreciate everything it's done.
This is where I
But
go.
I-
How do you really feel?
But I personally, I'm not a big Halo fan. It's like I played through, probably most of the original Halo campaign and the Halo 2 campaign, and played a good amount of the multiplayer back in the day because it's like everybody was playing it.
Yeah,
So it's like
you couldn't escape it.
I'd go to a friend's house and it would be like a LAN party with 8 Xboxes hooked up before
sure.
anybody was kind of doing that on a console. And it was one of those the multiplayer. Was really fun, but it was just I never really got into any of the campaigns. It's like I said, I played the 1 and 2's campaigns. Heard 3 was really good. I don't think I ever played through 3's, and I played through all of ODS. No, not ODS. All of Reach's, and I think that was just the campaign was awful.
Trash.
Just awful.
But why though? Why?
That specific campaign?
Yeah, tell me, because you
it's just
you have a very vehement opinion on Reach. I don't know why.
So Reach, you're basically playing some normal dude. You're playing the normal dudes that came in before Master Chief in the first game.
Sure.
That basically it was essentially the Rogue Star Wars Rogue One of the Halo franchise.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
And it's just so they try to give you this war story kind of thing. It's here's your group,
your Spartan team.
Your Spartan team, and all of them are gonna die. And so through the campaign, all of them die, but there's you don't care about any of them. None of them have. They're about as much character as a wet blanket.
Yeah, I will agree with you. I will agree with you.
It's just there's no character there. It's like I'm just talking to just Bob Joe over here. I'm the tough guy with the big gun. Oh no, I'm dead now. It's just well, I laughed when all of them died. And I kind of, honestly, I kind of did the thing. It's you did.
Yeah.
But I kind of did the same thing with Rogue One as well, where it's just it was coming. None of them really, everybody in the Rogue One movie. I don't know. I'm kind of jumping off topic, but it's everybody in that Rogue One movie.
Relevant. This is
they're
relevant.
just none of them really have much character. It's they're the sad, mopey, depressed people of the Star Wars universe, and they're just
That's why they all die.
Yeah, and they're
Star Wars has a weird take on depression.
Yeah.
Well, it's just in the other movies you have Han Solo ha ha, and he just escapes everything. These people are meh, I'm gonna die, and I have no character, and it's
I don't remember those lines being
they
said.
were there.
Oh, okay.
They were there.
Must have been
I remember, I know
So-
effects,
yeah.
but I'm just kidding. But
Fake news.
it came to 3DS first. You heard it here first. Rogue One. 3DS. But anyway, so my mustache slowly
Coming November
melting
28th. Yeah.
Anyways, I probably look so stupid.
Nah,
Right
you're good. It was never.
I mean,
But
it
anyway,
never
so-
looks non-stupid.
Trying to blow through this for you, but so with Reach, it's okay, I don't care about any of these people, and they're slowly dying. Also, at the end of the game, or towards the end of the game, it was okay, so I'm supposed to be a normal person, but I literally fell from the atmosphere and hit the planet, and I'm okay. I just get up with a limp. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, man, it's Halo.
It's apparently. It's just
It's Halo.
it's just it kind of broke its own rules. Where it's just you're playing some normal Spartan dude. You're not Master Chief. It's okay, so I can't do all the cool things Master Chief can. What do you mean I just fell from the top of a planet?
What do you mean? You're so
And then
mad.
it just
okay, let's clear up the air a little bit. Master Chief was the last Spartan to be, right?
Sure.
So they had the same abilities. He just lasted longer. That was the thing.
No, they're just I don't know. It was one of those things you're
definitely was
obviously
enhanced a little bit
you're
more,
a Spartan, but you're not Master Chief. It's one of those things that's they set it up as you're not as much of a badass as Master Chief.
Sure.
Just kind of like ODST.
You're
but,
right. They did do that. They brought back the health bar and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
for that
So it's
exact
just
purpose.
so it's one of those things where it's like literally you fall from the stratosphere, and then you get up and you're like, okay, so I'm just low on health? Are you kidding me right now? I don't even think Master Chief could survive this.
But it's okay because Halo revolutionized regenerating.
He did in Halo 3, but you didn't play the game.
Well, there you go.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Master Chief did fall from like the
I don't
sky at
remember
one
that
point.
one. Like I said, I don't think I ever played the campaign.
Well,
But anyways,
again, like my first like instance with the Xbox was Halo Combat Evolved, and that blew my mind. And it's like, you know, as a 9-year-old, 10-year-old kid playing those games, this story actually did really catch me. Now, if you go back and think about it, and I'm not going to tell you exactly the story, not because of spoilers, but because trivia later. Ooh, I didn't mean to say that. It's something else.
Oh, I'm gonna fail.
Damn it.
I feel like we're
If
just
it's
gonna
Halo
fail.
related, it's like I don't know, Master Chief.
What was the name of the second Halo game? Oh,
Master Chief.
was it Master Chief?
Master Chief.
It was Master Chief Returns.
Yeah, that's it.
Master Chief, more master. No, but like, and yes, like the story doesn't necessarily hold up if you were to play it again now, right? Like it's pretty a ridiculous story. But the thing is, Halo 1 like kind of plays into that. Like it doesn't take itself too seriously. But then as the games kind of went on, it did get more serious. And like Halo 3, that like rounded off the trilogy essentially before they kind of started going into different territory. Before 343 took it really. Yeah. And it was a really emotional like experience, and like those characters you had been going through 3 games with, and it was kind of like your Mass Effect except with the less shitty ending that BioWare gave, right? And so those games were a lot of fun, and I have like a lot of fond memories of them. And I played Halo 4 and I liked it. I played OST. I played fucking all of them. I bought an Xbox One to play Halo 5 specifically, beat the game in 2 days, and I said, fuck this. And I returned the game, like the game and the console. I was like, I don't want this anymore.
Just threw the console at the GameStop employee.
I was like, no.
Take it back!
Yeah, and that's truly, like, that's a testament because I loved those games, that Halo 5 was that disappointing. Like, the story was lackluster, the main characters were paper thin.
Aren't all the Halo games, like, and not just to besmirch the campaign modes, but like, aren't they all mainly like people love them for their online multiplayer, like the multiplayer aspect of it?
I mean, like specifically me and like my friend group, we actually liked them for the story. I played, I played loads of Halo 2 multiplayer, and I played loads of Halo 1 multiplayer too, but like that was only after I'd beaten the campaign 3 or 4 times.
But like it's
Legendary.
like that's but you said earlier it's like Halo like revolutionized the whole online aspect for consoles, correct?
I didn't say that. I said that before the show. It revolutionized FPSs in general on a campaign level, but because with AI and whatnot. But yes, then they did revolutionize the whole like matchmaking. Like when Halo 2 came out, that was the biggest game, and it like put Xbox Live on the map.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I think like that by itself, like honestly, the story never did much for me or the online, but the fact that it did that, I mean, it's pretty cool because it's, you know, I felt like that was like the beginning of the whole online FPS, like, you know, life. Like it all began at that point. Yeah, for console. For console, but like
I just put out. I mean, did things like Unreal Tournament?
No.
Red Faction
and Quake were just like Red Faction.
Yeah, on the PC.
It was a 3DS exclusive.
Fuck me, man. Like, goddamn, I thought I knew this,
dude.
But I mean, like Quake and stuff. Were just
no. I know that, but it feel like, and for me personally, it could be different. But like, I feel like the early 2000s and 2000s in general, like that was the beginning of the FPS online like not infrastructure because it's existed before, but like it kind of like took off the map. Where like not necessarily mainstream. But like it just seems like because then I used to see commercials about Halo, Call of Duty. Yeah, like
it was definitely mainstream. It was absolutely mainstream.
Yeah, it's like I
like
hate
that's when the Mountain Dew thing started.
Yeah,
like I hate saying like
gamer fuel.
You know, like Halo sort of started like, you know, the like casuals looking at it, but at the same time it sort of did. It's like I feel like so many people that. Like I know so many people that jumped on the Halo bandwagon that also kind of jumped on stuff like the Call of Duty bandwagon.
Exactly.
They don't play any other games.
Right, and I'm glad you brought those 2 games up because when you said, do people just play it for the multiplayer? Yes, there are people that play it just for the multiplayer, but at least for me personally, and I can't speak for every Halo fan or whatever out there, but for me personally, the best argument that I could give was like, okay, so you have your 2 very popular multiplayer or FPS shooters, right, which you have your Halo and you have your Call of Duties. I never, ever gave a shit about the campaign in any Call of Duty game. You asked me from any scene in a Call of Duty game, I played like 4 or 5 of them all the way through. I could not give you a single, like, they all mesh together. It's just a bunch of gray. Whereas I could distinctly tell you, like, you know, which scene, what the levels are, like what happens in like all the Halo games, or at least the first 3, to be fair. And that's, to me, that's why those games really stuck out to me, because the campaigns were that fun. They were a very sci-fi adventure, you know, like when you couldn't get something like Battlefront 2, you know, like that was like what your fix.
Well,
you know, and it was,
you had Battlefront 2.
Right, but like, I'm talking about like story-wise and stuff like that, like, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
But yes, this is hard to convince you guys when it comes to this. But
I mean, everybody has their own opinion. It's just, I mean, mine's right, and it came with 3DS
and
first.
It came with 3DS.
But it's
that's the title of this episode.
You know, obviously
it came on 3DS
first.
It came on 3DS. Halloween.
I think the big thing is, especially from like, you know, when you're looking through like kind of nostalgia goggles. You know, it's like whatever you grew up on, obviously that's what, it's like I was a GameCube kid during the Halo days, and it's like, I was playing like Metroid Prime, and I was like, man, I love Time Splitters 2 and 3. They were so freaking good. And
those are good games.
And they were just like hilarious, and I'd bring over friends, and it was just like, just having these crazy Time Splitters matches. So it was like, that was kind of my multiplayer FPS at the time.
Dude,
of
Banjo
like
Tooie,
Halo.
man. Banjo Tooie multiplayer FPS. You show me where in Halo you can shoot grenade eggs out of a bird. Like, that's the best part.
Once Halo has that, then I'm on board. It's like,
maybe I'll give it a chance.
Order, yeah.
Master Chief, Halo 6, egg launcher. It's like, oh,
and then you see Javier just go.
It's about damn time.
So yeah, I mean, okay, but now, you know, I guess it's not, Halo's not dead as of yet. They're still wanting to patch and update it.
Oh, it's not dying anytime soon. I mean,
but here's the thing, man.
Forever.
I mean, like, we're gonna segue after this topic here shortly, but like, when Halo 6 drops, that I think that is the determining factor whether that franchise is done or not, because Halo 5 was a huge deterrent for Halo fans. Because I mean, like, personally,
still sold well. Still sold well.
It did,
as far as I'm aware.
Sure, it sold well, but like the backlash from it from consumers. I mean, it was, of course, it was going to sell well because it was coming off the heels of Halo 4, and it was the first one on Xbox One.
Yeah.
But you know, the story was god awful. The characters, like I said, paper thin. Even the online matchmaking has leaned so far towards Call of Duty territory that it's starting to push people away.
Yeah.
And so I think Halo 6, whenever that comes out, if it comes out, it probably will. But whenever that's going to be like the last stand. If that game doesn't make it through, then that franchise is done.
That's what I'm saying, man. Just make a new IP. Make a new game.
Microsoft, they'll shove any amount of money into saving that franchise. It's just that's their Mario. They have to try and save it. Yeah. Even if it's a sinking ship, they'll save it.
Let it die. Let it die.
Well,
keep going.
The testing for all the updates and enhancements that the Master Chief Collection is getting, all that's being tested in spring of 2018. I'm sure that we will see it be implemented into the game shortly thereafter. And Halo 5 is also getting 4K enhancements as well, just in time for Xbox One X launching on November 7th. But it's not getting the HDR capabilities as of just yet, just the 4K.
I'm out.
I know, right? No egg launcher and no HDR.
Yeah, wait. So it's not on 3DS?
Yeah, right.
Not worth it.
Moving on, though, to another nightmare. Activision is doing some pretty shady shit. Besides continuing to make the same game every year. Activision has actually they filed a patent back in 2015 to incentivize and encourage microtransactions in a very shady way. Now, they filed it back in 2015, and they just got it filled and granted on October 17th, just like last week. Essentially, what it is the patent outlines an algorithmic process to strategically match players to encourage microtransactions. So if a player, let's say player A, has bought a certain weapon with real money, and bought that weapon, when they go into matchmaking, there will be that algorithm that kind of processes the whole thing and says, okay, you have this weapon, I'm going to put you into this game where you will be the most effective with that weapon. And they will do better because they're going into lower level, lower item carrying players and just decimate them, which then encourages them to go, oh shit, I bought this thing and I swept up the game, I should buy more. Which then also shows the junior players, let's say player B, the ones that were matched with that higher ranking because they bought that item, they see how many times they got decimated by this player, and they notice the weapon that guy is playing through the kill cam, and they go, oh crap, maybe I should buy that weapon in order to be as good, or so I don't just keep getting my ass handed to me.
Yeah, that sounds just super shady.
It is. Now,
bullshit, man.
Before we get into it, Activision's publishing spokesperson has announced that the patent is exploratory and has yet to be implemented in-game. So there's the saving grace to this. But the fact is that they
So
have
they
the
say.
patent. So they say, of course, yeah. Like, who's checking that right now?
Exactly.
But they just got it granted, and who's to say that it won't be implemented soon enough, right?
Yeah.
Now, we've already talked about the loot system, the loot box system in multiple games, especially on the EA side. But we've never seen something like this with like such a pay-to-play, pay-to-win, really gross kind of exploitation of that.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see what do you think this what doors do you think this opens up in that?
I think
realm?
Halo sucks. Xbox sucks. Came to 3DS, it would be better.
That's fair point.
no,
Concise.
I'm just kidding.
Concise.
It is bullshit, man.
Yeah, it's just,
Like-
obviously, I think this is something that's just exploratory for a company like Activision, where obviously they have these, like, these $100 million video games that they're producing, and
Which-
they have to try and make money wherever they can. I think this is obviously super shady, and it's why, once again, I still like games like Overwatch. That's always going to, and that's an Activision game, but it's always going to be cosmetic. It's like you're never going to have a gun with, May's not going to run around with a rocket launcher and blow everybody away.
Although that would be awesome.
But it's just like, it's one of those things like going into the future, it's just like speak with your wallet. If there's games like that, don't buy it.
Yeah, I think that's a great
I'll
idea.
play Overwatch and Overwatch 2, and I'll play, whatever games that are just, their items are cosmetic. If, like, that's going to be the type of multiplayer, online multiplayer game I'm going to want to be a part of. If it's a pay-to-play, I'm not going to play it because that's just stupid.
Right.
Because it's like, I don't want to try and catch up to somebody with real-world money, and I don't want to, like, spend real-world money and then just be better than people, just because it's like I spent $10 on
Yeah,
a
you
gun.
don't actually.
Yeah.
It's
earn any
just
of it.
stupid. So, it's like, speak with your wallet. It's like,
So are you saying not to buy microtransactions, or are you saying not to buy games that do microtransactions that are more than cosmetic?
Both.
yeah, both, kind of. If it's a game that's like, the single player is really cool. Like, one thing with, like the new Battlefront game, I really want to play through the storyline. Despite not being much of a Star Wars guy, the story looks kind of interesting, so I'd like to play through that. But, the multiplayer side doesn't interest me too much just because of things like the progression system and people just naturally being better because they've been playing more or they've spent real-world money. I think it's just stupid. I through things like Overwatch, I'm just kind of over that kind of stuff.
You're
It's
over
like,
watching that shit happen in other games.
Boo.
Whatever, question block.
I question that.
So yeah, and so okay, now moving on to you, like, how do you feel? Like, do you
It's
also share the
stupid,
same?
man. Oh yeah, it's stupid. It's ridiculous. Like,
dumb.
I mean, you're just finding more ways to suck more money out of your customers.
Finding more ways to suck.
Well, that too. It's just, it's bullshit. Like, I miss the days where if you want something, you have to beat something on hard mode, or you have to clear a certain like task. Like, you got to do 100 headshots and then you get something, or stuff like that. Like, why doesn't that exist anymore? Like, why now
Well,
if you
it does,
want
but through achievements. But who the fuck cares?
exactly? Like, I don't give a shit about achievements. I like if the achievement allows me to unlock May having a rocket launcher, fine, that's fine. I'll do that.
Yeah.
But when you got to pay for stuff like, ooh, you want a map or you want some guns that'll help you be better than everybody else without actually grinding for it or earning it, it's like, what's the point? Like, you're just benefiting those who have more money to spend compared to people who don't, and you're giving an unfair advantage to people, and you're taking the fun out of it.
Yeah.
I get that in real world life just already. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you have enough money to buy a Tesla and drive in the HOV lane. Oh, it's like, I don't have that.
Yeah, like, I'm tired of, it's stupid. You're alienating an audience. People, games aren't cheap. It's not a cheap hobby.
Right.
So it's hard enough earning a living and then wanting to play all these new games because there's always new games. Every month there's something new to play.
Right.
So it's like, stop trying to, we're not cash cows.
Sure. Well, I mean, they
They
definitely
want
see it
us
as
to
the,
be, though.
Now, I should
Richest
also
people I
say
know.
this, that Activision is the publisher that is primarily known for Call of Duty, that whole franchise, as well as now Destiny. And once this patent was kind of leaked online or reported by Rolling Stone. Actually, was the one that reported it. Interesting enough.
Yeah.
It's kinda
But
random.
the director and co-director of it was just the director of Destiny 2 like went on a tweet and said this is not happening. Destiny 2. Like he was very vehement about making sure that kind of bad press does not leak over to Destiny 2. I mean, I hope it's true.
Yeah.
I hope that you know.
I mean, you have to say those things.
It's true.
Whether
I
or
mean,
not
yeah,
you're gonna
it just makes more sense for it to work that patent to work in a Call of Duty style of game than a Destiny 2 or Destiny kind of game. But you know, you never know. Like this is a big company, and like you know, the smaller developers only have so much say when the publisher is involved. So
Exactly.
we don't know if these this system will be implemented throughout all of Activision's games or not. But I really hope not, because this could open up, if this works and this, you know, this actually makes the company a lot of money, then this just tells other publishers that, oh, this is a system that can be utilized. And they'll find, you know, yes, Activision has it patented, but I mean, they're going to find different ways to patent a similar idea to install in their games. And that could
I mean, it's
mean
just
a
like
lot
with everybody using loot boxes now, but I think it's one of those things like you got to speak with your wallet.
Yeah.
That's all you can do
don't support
as a consumer. It's just like, you know, doesn't matter what you say online. It's
someone
just
pulls
like,
out their wallet and is like, I don't like this. Like, not like that. That's not how you speak with your wallet.
But yeah, it's
Dumb
just
joke.
that's what you got to do. Don't buy loot boxes and don't give into that kind of crap. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
no,
nonsense.
it's, you know,
I agree.
Don't do it.
It definitely is a nightmare, and you know, one publisher who is the worst about microtransactions is actually EA, and they've
Watch it, man.
Who's that?
Excuse me?
You want to watch it?
Box out of here.
Yo, this is an expensive costume, right?
Yeah, the most. But you know, a publisher who's super
Shitty.
yeah, super shitty about this whole thing is EA, and they actually have some news as well happening right now. They recently, EA has shut down Visceral Games, which was a branch.
They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
How I feel about it.
It was a Visceral Games is a branch of EA, and they've actually shut it down, basically stemming from their pivoting of their Star Wars game that they've been in developed since 2013. So about 4 years now. Visceral Games has been in the front leading the development of this Star Wars game. It's been untitled. It's vaguely hinted at in the last in 2016's E3, and we actually saw Amy Hennig come on as a co-writer for the game. You know, fresh off of her debacle with Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
So that was, you know, in the process of being built. You know, each branch of EA has, like, you know, DICE is working on Battlefront 2. We have Respawn working, and that's not a branch of EA, but they are working on another untitled Star Wars game that we don't know exactly what's going on with that. Mm-hmm. That's been really hush-hush. And Visceral Games is working on a very action-centered action-adventure linear story in the style of Uncharted. I think that's why they brought Amy Hennig to write it in the first place.
Yeah.
But now they have basically said, you know, this is a decision that we want to, you know, Visceral Studios will be ramping down and closing, and we're in the midst of shifting many of the team to other teams of EA, basically because we want to pivot and restructure the game, because we've been listening to our play testers, and we've been trying to really listen to the feedback and see what players want in order to keep bringing them back and enjoying their time with this game. So it sounds like, and with the press that they've been saying, or with the blog post that EA has been kind of posting, it sounds like they're shifting from a single-player linear adventure to more of an open-world style situation.
They want to. Long story short, they want Destiny Star Wars.
Right.
It's what they want. They just want.
I was
Star
gonna
Wars
say they just
Destiny.
want to make another multiplayer game.
Yeah.
They always try and change stuff to online multiplayer.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what they want, which is, it sucks. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you know, being a big Uncharted fan and really liking like story-driven single-player games, and having Amy Hennig on board for like a single-player
awesome.
Star Wars
Yeah.
man, that sounded so good. Like I would
Too good
love.
to be true.
Yeah, it's like I would love like a Star Wars Uncharted-esque game where it's just like, I mean, you're just running through, you know, Tatooine, and there's just explosions.
pieces,
And,
yeah.
I mean, man, that just sounds. And like I said, I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but having Amy Hennig on board for a single-player, like, you know, narrative-driven game in the Star Wars universe, man, that sounds so dope. Like
the first Force Unleashed game. It was a really fun game.
Yeah.
The first was
And
really
the story
fun.
was pretty good.
It was great. I mean, the second one, you know, that one was not as great.
Sure.
But the first one was, you know, give me more of that, especially because Star Wars is a rich universe.
Yeah.
You know, you can tap it and just do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
But it's, and like something like The Force Unleashed where it's like, oh, Vader has an apprentice. Like, I never thought of that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that. Like I like that those two games just because that's like such an interesting idea for a story that is kind of, it just takes a back seat to obviously the main.
Yeah, the actual
news.
story.
And it's like, it's like a little side story that maybe it is or maybe it isn't canon.
I think that game doesn't necessarily hold up for me as well anymore. I liked it when it first came out when I was younger, but now I don't really like the hack and slash style. So I was really looking forward to this single player, like in a Star Wars game that was more an Uncharted kind of experience, because like that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And if they were to take all the resources of the Star Wars universe and to like make new storylines like they did in Force Unleashed, but then with that new game mechanic or that play style, I think it would have been a huge hit.
Oh yeah.
But now we just have to figure out
sounds
so
I mean, you could
awesome.
make beautiful worlds too, because just look at some of the movies, like take like a Naboo landscape, and you just have like giant machines like rolling by, like the ATs, stuff like it would look really cool, but they just want to do online multiplayer.
Yeah, and what they've said,
it's heartbreaking.
This game is going to be utilizing the Frostbite engine, which is what Death Stranding is using, as well as Horizon Zero Dawn. And we know from, for example, that it looks beautiful. That engine is going to look great. And they're trying to allow more variety and agency to the players with this game. So it's still very hush-hush. They haven't necessarily... You look like you're wanting to ask me a question.
I don't think that's right.
What, Frostbite?
Yeah, no, because that's an EA thing. It's like Guerrilla Games has their own engine for both Horizon and Death Stranding. EA has their own.
Are you positive?
Mm-hmm. Did you look it up?
It's on 3DS.
I did. I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Frostbites, that's an EA specific thing. Like Guerrilla's not using that.
Yeah, do it. Question block. Let's hit this up. Because please enlighten me.
All right, you ready? Hang on.
You don't know
Quick, fill the space.
So I mean, like whether or not this is a fraud, if I'm right or not, but like it's gonna look beautiful, and especially using all the Star Wars lore and worlds, it's gonna look great. I mean, they've already proven that with Battlefront 2. It looks beautiful, and if they are gonna make this like Destiny, I'm a little bit against it. But if they're gonna make a Star Wars version of The Witcher.
No, it's not. It's not an open world. It's going to be like a multiplayer-esque, like always online kind of experience. Like that's totally what they're going to go for, and it's such a shame.
Could you imagine? I'd eat my left shoe.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded so cool when I heard about that. I was so sad. And poor Amy. Amy can't put out a game anymore. She's super talented. Like Uncharted 2 and 3 are incredible games. And
Zach was right.
It's
just EA games.
Okay, then what is the Horizon Zero Dawn?
Well, it's Guerrilla Games. I mean, I don't know what Guerrilla Games uses.
I can't remember their engine's name.
It's just a gorilla.
Yeah, it's just a gorilla just programmed.
Like a hamster in a wheel?
Yeah.
Like, it's a gorilla.
It's just a gorilla in a giant wheel.
Yeah. Way to really merge the future and primitive ideas. All right,
games.
Fine, great.
Yep.
Dandy.
You're welcome. Yeah, Frostbite's an EA thing.
You know what? Well, I'm sick of this. Okay, I'm sick of giving
labels.
information, trying to let the player, our multiplayer community know what's going on, and you just shoving it up. That was
That's
weird.
what I'm hearing.
No, but here's the thing.
Decima is what Guerrilla Games uses.
Decima.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, so check it out.
This kind of sounds like Destiny.
Sorry.
I'm done. I'm done with this whole thing. All right. I'm not gonna be giving you guys information now. I'm going to be asking you the questions.
Oh, man.
Because it's time for motherfucking Twitter.
Question time.
Yes.
It's called...
Here's the deal.
What does Guillermo not know?
Frostbite engine. Who uses it? No, here's the deal. We've got 7 questions.
Okay.
Each question has a bonus question that I will ask, which will gain you another point. Now it's you versus you. Zach versus Javier. Mario versus Question Block. This is so fitting.
I'm gonna punch you so hard.
Now, this is a competition because there are stakes.
Oh.
Javier.
I'm hungry.
Like just hot.
Juicy.
No. Here's the thing. Javier just recently got his SNES Classic.
It's right there. I swear to God, you're not gonna touch it.
Well,
do something to it.
If you lose, that stays here. Zach's place.
Okay.
For one whole day.
Oh, chokeslam both of you.
I will enforce this. This is
right,
happening. This is a stakes.
I'd like to see you try.
Multiplayers, if you want to comment, you know what? If you both lose, it goes to them. We're gonna just give it away.
I'll chokeslam all of you.
All right. So without further ado, that's us at stake. Zach, if you lose, you have to give your SNES and his SNES Classic to Javier.
Oh my God.
Away. It's all SNES.
All right.
All right. So
let's do it.
Fair
number
enough.
1. Mario Odyssey is coming out tomorrow when this airs, right? Now, Halloween's also around the corner. Mario wears a lot of costumes, Super Mario Odyssey. He also wears a lot of different hats in terms of his occupations throughout the years. But my question is,
I guess.
what was his first occupation?
So it's just whoever answers first? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, I don't know how
let's
you.
go ahead and I'm going to get you guys have both an answer, and then I'm going to tell you the right
Oh,
answer.
okay.
Yeah.
What was his first occupation?
His first actual occupation. What Nintendo said, this character is this, and you play as this.
Oh, I know.
All right?
At least I like to think I know.
I think I know it.
And what's it right there?
Zach, what is it? Yeah.
I'm going to go with Zookeeper.
Wow. Zookeeper.
Zookeeper. Yeah, I know why you think that.
I do too. And yourself?
I'm gonna say, Zookeeper sounds right because it makes sense. But I'm gonna say Carpenter.
Javier is correct.
Oh, you like that? You like that?
Javier is correct. That was when we actually got Mario or Jumpman, Carpenter, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I couldn't
1981.
remember, like...
That's right.
in
You know why?
Donkey
Because
Kong,
you
like-
suck.
I know, right?
You don't know things.
I
it
should've
came
known
on
that
3DS
one.
first.
It was on 3DS in 1985.
But here you go. Not all to waste, because there is a bonus question here. Name 3 other jobs and the games that he had those jobs in.
Just quicker than the other?
Yep.
So,
Go.
Dr. Mario. He was a
He was a plumber in Super Mario Brothers
He was a
too.
pilot in Mario Land, Super Mario Land.
He was a go-kart racer in
And,
Super Mario Kart.
Okay.
He was a tennis player in Mario Tennis.
He was an Olympian athlete in Mario vs. Sonic Olympics.
I mean, Zach did get it. That's 1-1.
I feel like the whole timing thing doesn't work. Because we'll just talk on top of each other.
I was going to count it, though. If you said it right. That's why you got to be quick. You got to be aggressive, man. That's a SNES Classic on the line.
Yeah, but the first question we took turns. The bonus one, it was up for
Bonus, anyone it goes, anyone
It's
has.
there's no rules for
There's
bonus.
no rules.
No
You
rules
guys can
applied.
start throwing bows. I don't give a shit.
Alright.
Karate chopped in the throat.
All right, question 2. So that's 1-1, right?
right.
Question 2. What system did the first horror game...
3DS.
What system did the first horror game actually appear on?
The first horror game?
The first official horror game. Like the developers went on like that. They were like their whole goal was to make a horror game. What system?
I'm going to go with
NES.
Commodore 64.
You both
Atari.
are wrong. Atari 2600.
Okay.
Now,
Really?
the bonus question is, what was the game?
Atari 2600?
Because in 1981, I will give you that.
I'm going to go with 1981.
Galaga.
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 The horror game. I feel
aliens
like I should know
attacking,
this.
dude.
It's
feel like I
perfect.
should
Pretty terrifying. Centipede.
That is terrifying. It's fucking.
You know the backstory to Centipede? It's pretty creepy.
No.
It's weird. Look it up. It's
That
weird.
might. I don't know if it's a good enough story. Do you know it?
I mean,
he's
I
gonna
won't
think.
I won't waste time.
He's
You know,
thinking.
I,
He's probably. Really,
I feel like I know it, and I can't think of it.
Oh man, you're gonna stay tight here? Is that what's
I'm
gonna
just
happen?
gonna. I know it's wrong, but I'm just gonna say haunted house.
You got it.
Damn!
Oh, nice.
Good, you dude. Good clutch call, sir. Okay, moving on. Lesson to be learned. Don't use stupid answers. Go with your gut. Here we go.
My
Question
gut
3.
was Galaga.
What was the first game to coin the term survival horror?
That's going to be Resident Evil.
Sounds right. I'm trying to think of anything else for Resident Evil.
It's a lot of options.
No, yeah, Resident Evil.
All right. Well, that's really funny because that's correct.
Yeah.
1996, developed by Capcom on PS1. But here's the bonus
So
question.
spooky.
What is the Japanese title?
Bioshock. Oh, no.
No, you're done. If you say it, then you say it now, you'll get the answer.
Biohazard.
Ah.
That's what I meant to say. Come on.
Sorry,
I can
buddy.
take
You
it back.
suck.
I just said the wrong
There's
thing.
no rules in the bonus round,
What the
bitch.
fuck? Dude, I should say it. Be able to say it
You
again.
said Bioshock. You're too hot on the gun, man.
Oh my god.
All
Chew on
right.
that mustache, plumber.
Okay, question 4. What is the highest ranked horror game on Metacritic right now?
Why don't look at Metacritic? Fuck those
Come on.
guys.
Well, what do you think is the highest score?
Horror game?
Yeah.
Just not a full series, just one game.
One game.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna go with
What's that
Wait.
game called?
I love how like.
Because I think I know it.
All right.
But I'm gonna let him say his first.
Highest rank, like in terms of like rating. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
This is so
Both
stupid.
in
This
critic
is such
and user score.
It's a dumb question. Why do I care about
Oh,
Metacritic?
I know it, baby. I know
It's a
it.
dumb question because you don't get.
I'm not gonna let
Alright.
you steal mine though.
I got 2. Amnesia.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with RE4.
That's correct.
RE4.
He's correct. RE4
Damn, I'm
has a
good.
Metacritic score of 96 and a user score of 9.1.
Yeah.
What's Amnesia's?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know
You
that,
didn't
do
write
you?
that down?
Why
I get
don't
to
you,
keep
why
myself.
don't you look it up?
Mine's not on the
Look it
line
up.
here.
Look it up. See what happens.
Bonus question: which platform?
GameCube.
Oh,
Man, I would have known that.
Come on.
still tied, guys.
Get at my level, son.
Still tied. It's 4-4.
The answer's right there.
I know, right?
It's literally right in front of us.
All right. Question number 5. What is the
Yes.
name of the parasitic organism that threatens to turn the entire galaxy into zombies, zombie abominations in Halo?
Oh, and Halo.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'll read the
Except,
question again
like,
because I
I
didn't read it
play
correctly.
Halo.
What is the name of the parasitic organism that threatens to turn the entire galaxy into zombie-like abominations in the Halo franchise?
Wait, hold on.
Just over there saying vagina.
Wait, hold on.
It is actually vagina. That's amazing.
What is it?
Do you know this?
Yeah, I don't know this one.
I
It's
feel like
my-
I do. Hold on.
You're not
My-
gonna get the bonus question for this one.
Yeah, my my Halo knowledge is just it's so
It's dumb.
it's just dumb. I don't know Halos.
You know how much Halo Reach sucks, apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a bad game. That was a real bad
I
game.
didn't mind it. I liked it.
I
had a
don't
good time.
remember.
It was.
All right, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Any guess is a good guess at this point.
I'm gonna
One.
go with parasidiums.
That's wrong.
I don't know. Metroid. That's not right, but
They are actually called the Flood.
that's what it was.
God, I should know that. Jesus.
I know you guys know that. That's really upsetting.
I mean,
Now,
as soon as you say it, it's like, oh yeah.
the bonus question, and this actually has 2 answers. I'll give you 1 point for each.
3DS.
And you know what? How am I going to do this? I'm going to have you guys hold up a finger. Not that one. Hold up a finger to tell me which game was the first game that the Flood appeared.
Okay.
Oh no, I know.
Oh,
That.
so you just hold up the
Do
fingers?
Hold it here. Hold it down there. You guys both wrong. It's
What?
number 1. Halo Combat Evolved, man. That was the switch in the game. The plot twist was the plot twist was
The
there's
twist is?
that there are zombies going through this galaxy. That's what the Halos are. They're a weapon
Oh, is that what it
to
is?
like a
destroy
game.
and decimate all sentient life in the universe.
Good thing I've played Halo for about 10 minutes. My
Now,
whole
the
life.
second question, you guys are both wrong. You're probably not going to get this. The second question is, what level in Halo 1 do they appear?
I'll go with level 8.
I don't know the level number. You have to name the title.
Oh, the Flood.
The twist.
M. Night
Here it comes.
Shyamalan.
343 Guilty Spark. The name of which the industry 343's gets the name from. All right, now moving on.
Sorry, everybody. We're
Yeah,
just,
this is so
we're
dumb.
not Halo
Okay.
people.
We're bringing in extra technology here because now we have sound bites. You guys got to
All right.
listen to this. This should be easy, but then again, you're both very stupid.
3DS.
So,
I know. I mean, I screwed up Mario.
all right.
I should've-
Now, listen carefully. This goes quick. So, number 6 is, and you're both at 4 points each. So,
Ooh.
Okay.
How many questions left?
2 questions with 2
Ooh.
bonus answers each.
Okay.
So 4.
Yes. Don't be stumpy, okay?
Just saying.
Question 6. What spooky character has this laughter?
Oh, God. What the hell was that?
Oh, man.
Play it again.
It's not me. It's not me, I can tell you that.
Oh gosh.
You guys know this. You guys absolutely know this. The only one that I was pretty much for sure that you guys wouldn't get was the Halo one.
Yeah.
But this one I know you guys would get. And you're going to feel real dumb. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Play it
Oh
again.
gosh.
It's a spooky character.
Yeah. This is Halloween trivia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go with like. Oh gosh. What is her name?
Is it... Okay, wait, can we ask questions?
No. You can't.
Does it have a gender?
If I can't remember her 100% her name, can I get it?
Does it have a gender? I'm not asking for a specific gender. Does
No,
it
you
have
can't
a gender?
say that.
Well, because
No.
he's saying her, so if I tell you if it's him or her has no gender, then that pretty much like takes away.
God damn it,
his-
Zach, shut up.
So I can't tell you. I can tell you this. I'll give you this. Nintendo.
Yeah, I think I
Okay,
know it.
I have a couple.
If I just say
guesses.
it, can he just not have it?
Maybe if you get it right.
Wait, hold on, let me think about this.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Well, if it's not right, I'm not gonna
Well,
give you the answer.
this has been every other regular question. We each take our answers, so go ahead, say your answer.
Yeah, go
Oh no, I'm gonna wait for you to say
Do you
yours.
have an answer?
I have a couple. Can I play it again?
All right. I don't know if our podcast viewers can hear that, but there it is. They're probably like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
Come on, this is an easy one." I
Yeah.
almost gave
I'm
you a
just waiting
harder
on- I'm just
sound
waiting
bit
on-
from the same game.
Is it really an easy
It needs to
one?
be
Doesn't sound familiar.
This needs to be like a time sensitive.
All right, we're done.
Can I get a? It's
I'm gonna go with
King Boo.
I'm gonna go with what's her face, Grundle or whatever from
Gruntilda?
Is it Gruntilda?
King Boo.
That's what I thought.
King
What?
Boo,
Yeah,
yeah.
Really?
That's what I
King
thought.
Boo.
I don't
Now-
remember him.
I has game, bonus game.
Yeah.
Who's the boss? What boss? What game? Quick.
What?
What game's he
Luigi's
from?
Mansion.
No.
So, I mean, there's a what game? He's in every Mario game.
But that specific laugh is from Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, okay.
I should
guess.
probably not do this bonus round thing because you're still tied. So we're gonna make the last question double.
Alright.
Here we go. Last question. What? And this is fucking easy. So
Mario.
this is
3DS.
this is legitimately like who answers first. This is it. So you better be
Oh my
quick on the
God,
dime.
come
Ready for
on.
this? It's easy. What game is this theme from? Are you shitting me?
I know this. I've heard it many times.
Quickly.
Oh gosh.
You're not gonna get the bonus question for this.
Oh my God.
I thought this would be way easier.
I have it.
Now,
I'm
for
gonna-
copyright purposes, I have to stop that. You only get 20 seconds.
Gosh.
I'll give it to you again. It's really gonna drive the people insane. You've gotta be kidding me.
Dude,
I'm not giving you any hints for
I
this.
know this.
It's just not coming to mind at
Wow, this is a SNES on the line. If you both tie, I get both your SNESes. That's the incentive here.
Oh my God.
Gosh,
I've
off the top
heard.
of my head, it's
Yeah,
like,
I've heard this.
Think of it right now.
I've heard this before.
Oh my gosh.
I feel
Wow.
like an idiot right now. I'm probably gonna be so mad. When
You
I-
are. This one is. You're gonna feel kind of dumb. I'm sorry. This is one of those.
Wait,
questions.
okay, hold
God,
on, hold
I
on.
did a good job with
I
this
got.
fucking
I
question.
know this because I know this one.
Ooh.
I also scored this incorrectly, but we'll keep going.
What?
I just realized I was giving you both. If you both answered the question correctly, I gave you both a point. That makes sense. Never mind. Go.
Huh?
Wait, that's
You're
okay.
confusing me.
I confused myself for a second. But I'm right back.
This game is just on the fly. We're just making up rules and questions and nothing applies.
Guys, I'm gonna play it to you one more time. If my computer
Yeah,
turns
I
back
just-
on. I guess it doesn't. That's all you
Crap!
get. Here you go.
I know this.
Last time. This is last time, and you guys have to answer the question. 'Cause we
Alright.
gotta get this show on the road.
Yeah, you know,
Alright.
I have it in my head. I just, you know,
It's a horror game, guys.
well, that's why I'm thinking horror. But I just,
This
I
this
can't
soundtrack
picture
is
where the-
amazing, by the way.
I can't
This is one
picture,
of the best soundtracks in video game history.
I can't picture what it's from right now.
Oh my God! I know
I
this.
feel like an idiot.
I know.
How do we do this, guys? How do we do this? Because this has to end, and if I
Yeah.
count down, you both get it wrong.
I'm just, oh no, I don't know it.
And I know this.
I can't give you a hint without completely giving it away. That's how easy the
Yeah.
question is. Any hint I give you is gonna be like obvious.
Apparently, we're just gonna have to end with both of us are idiots.
No, it can't end like that. It's Japanese made.
Japanese made, huh?
So that's why I can't end. It just
This game came back out in the 90s. That's all I can say.
came back out in the 90s?
Yeah.
I mean, it came
No,
back
it
out.
came it came out back in the 90s.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Came back. It came back twice. It like released and then went back in time and released again.
Dude,
In the
I
90s.
know this game.
All right, guys. You have 10
I just don't-
seconds.
I just don't know
10, 9, 8, 7,
Halloween game. What could it be?
6, 5. Horror game. 4. You're gonna feel real dumb.
Silent Hill.
3.
That's what
There's
I'm guessing.
no way it's Silent
I'm
Hill.
guessing it's Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
No way.
Suck
Silent
my balls. You suck. You suck at games. Get good.
Silent Hill is
Get
I do not.
good.
Really?
Silent Hill.
Get
1.
I mean, I haven't
good.
played that game in like 15 plus years.
Get good.
Silent Hill 6 to 5. Here's the thing. Bonus
good.
question. Bonus question.
Well, come
This
on,
is
I
double
won.
points. This is double points.
Oh my
You're not
God.
gonna get this. Who's the composer?
I don't know.
No.
Silent Hillsman.
Yes. Wow. He gets all the switches. Do you know it?
It's Japanese, I'm assuming.
Yes. I will give you if you get one of the names correct. You don't have to have both.
God, I don't know.
No, just tell me no.
Takahiro.
No. Close
just-
to it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Takahiro. Miyamoto.
Hiro.
Is Kazuki?
No.
No.
Akira
Banjo-Kazooie.
Yamamoka.
No, Kiri.
An amazing composer who did the entire ambiance of that game and chilled everyone.
Man,
to
I
it.
Yeah,
don't
I
like that
recognize his beautiful score because I'm good.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Did I?
So-
Like I said, I played
That was clutch, man. That was tied game.
King Boo and Silent Hill just it comes
But
to
like,
me.
it was kind of funny because you doubted yourself the entire time. Like in the way you
That's the
answered was
first.
super
It's the first thing I thought of. I was like, but the thing is, like, I haven't played in a while as well, so it's like I
dude, I
can't
haven't
be.
played that game since it came out.
So
What, like
good.
'97?
That's the thing. Even when
Alright.
you don't know, you just got to
Here's the
respond
thing.
confidently.
Zach, you got to give your SNES. You got to give your SNES Classic, and you have to relinquish his.
Well, technically, his SNES was here, so I could give him what is sort of my SNES.
No, that's only my motto. If I touch it, it's mine. You don't
And
get
you
that
all
motto.
question my amazing Halloween costume, but
I'll get you
I am the
next time,
king of
Gadget.
Halloween.
King of questions. I mean, wow, that was foreshadowing. to
King
be
of
fair.
questions.
All right, guys, that is the show, the game, all of it. Now we get to see Zach cry. That's a Patreon exclusive. Video, actually.
And me drinking his tears.
Right? God, gross. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, please remember we do this every Thursday, so come on back. And also, check out Patreon page. We have extra content there. But until then, we want to send a special thank you to our patrons as well as to DJ CUTMAN for his amazing chiptune music that leads us in every time and gets us ready for the show.
It's very sexy.
I know, right?
But I might change it up for this spooky Halloween episode.
Well, thanks to whoever that was.
Well, they would know as soon as they watch.
No, right? Here it goes. Thank you so much to... You can put that in later. That's right, yeah. And if you want to see any extra content as well, anything that we've been talking about on the show, you can see all those links shared on our social media pages, which are Instagram and Twitter. You can find those at GoMultiPlayered. You can also follow us on our personal pages. For me specifically, my Instagram is Guillermo_Dorado, and my Twitter is @Mastorado. Yeah, @Mastorado. I don't know why I started on that. Zach Matzganis, here we go.
At Zach Matzganis, ZACKMATZGANIS. Boom.
Man, they get quicker and smoother.
Well,
every
you
time.
know, it's
I like it. It's
we're
good.
out of time.
Huff?
My Twitter is @multiplayerhav.
I know, right? You have
First-
one job, and that's all. it is.
Well, you know, it's I'm so good at answering these questions better than Zach,
Yeah,
so it's
no
Oh
just
my
space
God.
for your brain.
yeah.
to
I'm
work.
never
So,
gonna
you
get
know,
into this
I don't
now.
like to keep frivolous information in my
yeah.
brain.
First thing I'm gonna tweet is Zach Matzganis get good.
Oh my God, yeah. Go to the Twitter
I'll
page.
tweet it
There are
right
going to be
now.
pictures now. Also, you can follow our camera guys as well as our resident PC and Xbox players. We have Nathan Redfield. Damn it, Nathan Redfern.
Oh my God.
Redfern. We made the joke about Redfield earlier with Resident Evil. I forgot. Okay, so Nathan Redfern.
You just said it.
Nathan Redfern @MultiplayerNath. Arguably the best name out of all of us, to be fair. And Mick Wood @MickToTheWood on both Instagram and Twitter. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. And remember, keep grinding, and we'll see you at the respawn.
Happy Halloween.
We love you. Spooky.
You suck, Zach.
Apparently.
Get good.
On behalf of Multiplayer, Mario would like to send a special thank you to Jaden Lawrence, Arturo Mendera, Mercedan Kroll Pitaru, and Mario Dorado. Thank you so much for watching.